Oh my Ifrica. Don't know you're a legend I think, man. Tell me something. I what give you a problem? I what bother you?
The British still owns America. The British still completely owns Jamaica. And it doesn't matter the fake narrative that everyone is pushing. The way that our ancestors wanted it to be done was for us to be united as one force against all our enemies. So whether it is that you were Windward Maroon or a Kompong Maroon or Portland Maroon, whatever Maroon you were, our duty was to come together and unite.
Tell me something, mama. How you say go at VYBZ Kartel? And how you think Kazi? You say VYBZ Kartel lose him way. When can you say him lose him way?
Kartel them came along as artists that had the power of Maroon connection. What did they use them for? They did not use them to develop the mindset of our youths. They used them to destroy the mindset of our youths. When VYBZ Kartel wanted to do clean songs, he was never encouraged to do clean songs. He was not given the go-ahead to be the kind of community leader that probably he would have wanted to be in opposed to the one that they said he was.
Tell me something though. I want him more to know from you. Why you think VYBZ Kartel end up in the position where end up in now? And tell me something. What the people and we believe say cause him fit in the position where him in now? Because over the years, you talk to him and I want him about some things. You see what I say?
People like Caroline Cooper them need to come a court because Caroline Cooper them were the ones who brought him into the University of the West Indies, gave him this wonderful platform for him to introduce himself to young people and for young people to understand who VYBZ Kartel was and what VYBZ Kartel was bringing to the table. They also used that occasion to further tarnish the mindset of our young people.
Who are the persons you believe were responsible, say, for VYBZ Kartel downfall? Who are the persons you think responsible for VYBZ Kartel downfall? Or basically you're saying self-destruction?
Caroline Cooper them, seeing, who still now stand up in the powers of black advocacy and Pan-Africanism and all of these kind of things, but they are not walking out to the front line of the inner city communities to help with what is happening there because they have killed out all the leaders of the inner city communities who they themselves turn into dons and political leaders in opposed to village leaders that they were appointed to be. So they finally got a reason to get Kartel to destruct himself. And when him destruct himself, them should him in a one prison cell and have the narrative as should say him go come a road and him not go come a road and him more come.
Them say he must be free. Some say he must stay in prison and them say all kind of things. People have all kind of narrative are spread. But at the end of the day, I say you can't fully bash him for being an artist and doing what him do. Because at the end of the day, I saw him feed for him family and that the people them want from him. So him give the people them what them want. Everybody have to choose them own road. Everybody know right and everybody know wrong.
Why Caroline Cooper? Caroline Cooper, I'm calling you out in this live today for you to plan a protest action for VYBZ Kartel freedom. Come out and talk for VYBZ Kartel because you guys were the one who was defending him to the ground when him walk on. When him did that do a whole heap of foolishness them with the young people them. When time somebody I said to him, say, you can do what you do, babes, you have creative rights. Do what you do. Be as free as you want to be, but remember those who are vulnerable and those who don't have a mind of them own and who are look to you to learn from you, to be who them supposed to be. No one never listen to that.
I think you give VYBZ Kartel a little hardish time still because you and them odds I go at it over the years, you know. You get what I say?
They all side with the side of Kartel that was rebellious, that was pushing rum drinking and gun slinging and the little girl them fear fuck before age. That is where them did push and encourage the DJ for do. Seeing? Yeah, so when that never happened now, the DJ realized the ball field never set up for him to do better. It did set up for him to fail. But when him realized that it a little bit too late because him get caught in the situation where him get caught in already. I would like to know what kind of maroon is VYBZ Kartel? Is VYBZ Kartel the maroon that fought against the colonizers with the free people of Jamaica, or is he the maroon that fought with the colonizers against the free people of Jamaica? What kind of maroon is Richard Paramount Chief Curry? Were you the kind of, are you the offsprings of the Maroons that sold out to the British colony? Or are you the Maroons of the offsprings of those who stood in resistance against the colonizers?
Well, I can understand when I say Cartel and Maroon and him change up him things still, because Cartel like the black youth, black enough to be a Maroon, and him kind of change up the thing one little way. You see it? Yeah, so you're not wrong when I say that, you see me? Yeah, you touch a vital point there, so.
Because if we don't make that separation, Jamaica will remain divided with those who are the enemies in power and those who are the victims remain victims. So we see now where they're setting up a docile Jamaica, where it is going to be a Jamaica where we're going to now walk around and say, yes, bro, God, what you say? Don't stand up over here, so. Don't sit down there, so. Don't get up from there, so. Don't walk down. You can't tell free people we're born free. You can't teach them slavery. It's not in them DNA, it's not in them blood. Seeing? It not in them DNA and it not in them blood to be slave. Seeing? So, how y'all get them to be slave? You orchestrate a plan for them kill out themselves. So you turn them against them one another and hope say them kill enough to save you for their outcome.
What do you think the ancestors them really want to see? You think the ancestors them choose some people and say, all right, are you for be star, are you for be the person out there, or what? Or you think I just the universe, or just by coincidence some people get out there and get a certain level of influence? Or what do you think?
Why we not call them out? Why we not call them out for the unity of Jamaica? Because them cannot call them out because they are all benefiting from the treaty where them all of them have there. Them have one treaty that will give them some overwhelming rights and they are not deciding to let go of it at the expense of the majority of this country. The majority of the country are free people. Know what they're trying to do? Them kill out the inner city. You know, right now, the wickedness we are going in at the inner city we're in. You have the little big up yourself color, where all of the little youth, them 15, 14, 13-year-old, I drink rum, I drink boom, I smoke bad chemical weed them.
So what do you think are the problem that they get to them? What do you think caused the problem in they get to them? From your point of view, what are your opinion as it relates to the whole heap of crime and violence what go on? You believe that the artists could have prevented them things from happening? What are your opinion?
Things where the ghetto just open up and just be a lab for experiment. If the maroon them know say alcohol bad for you, Chief Paramount Richard Curry we did know say alcohol bad for Jamaican people, why we don't form a group of advocates who are going to stand up against the system on behalf of these youths in the inner city who don't know better, can't do better because there's no one there to help them to do better? Seeing? For show them the way, for stand up with them till they make it out of the darkness. Seeing? All I want to lead the youths them into them darkness, leave them there for figure it out while the alcohol companies walk free, these fast food companies walk free, the governments walk free, private sector walk free, all the enemies of the country are walking free. They are doing all that they plan to do. They are doing all that they came here to do at the expense of a loving nation of people who never bargained for none of this at no point throughout the 200 and had years, 100 years ago from this start.
I understand where I say still, Ifrica. I understand where I say fully, but we can't fully blame Vybz Kartel for everything we are going on, what everybody are doing. I understand what I say? Yeah, you can't blame him for everything what people do. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants somebody to blame to feed them problem. You get me? I say? Nobody no want stand up to feed them personal responsibility. Now I say music now have influence, and now I say people influenced by music, but you can't just get to and blame him. People know right from wrong, and everybody know the law.
So what we need is for, just like how Vybz Kartel can dey from behind bars and ask the people to go help Isaac Buchanan petition.
Tell me something, what you believe Vybz Kartel should have do? What you think him should have do better? It may say, I understand say when believe in a man thing, so I say, but where you believe him could do to make things different?
We want Vybz Kartel to steer from behind bars and use him powers to talk to the youths them in the inner city we make him into the Gaza nation. The Gaza nation do not have any leader, and the Gaza nation is going to fade away because everyone is going to come along with the guys that they're going to help the Gaza nation, and the Gaza nation will be left behind to become slaves for a new Jamaica that the government is creating for their friends. So Jamaica will have 2-pointed fresh slaves. We, the ones them were free and never was no slave, are going to end up now become slave by default because the systems that are being set up are going to suck all of us in. But guess what? The Maroons are still not worried because they have a treaty that will protect them by the laws of the ancestors that was set.
Because remember, you can't really blame an artist for everything that happen in a society. You know what I mean? Music a powerful tool. You know? Music have sound. You know what I mean? Music talk to your art directly, so you know all the thing when it come to music. But still, they can't really blame the artist them 100% for people I do some things. You know what I mean? People have to be responsible and know right from wrong. Same way.